All right, next up, let's check out number 17 on this practice exam. It says that we want to consider this program code that looks like it's going through a loop and doing some computations with a variable called I and a variable called sum. And it's asking us which of the following best describes the result of running the program code. So whenever you see something like that on the test, you know that what they want you to do is trace out what the program does. And remember to always use your scratch paper when you're doing that so that you can write down important variables, and instead of trying to hold all that information in your head, you have it on your scratch paper. So when we look at this, we have our variables I and sum getting set right at the beginning to, they're both getting set to 0. So let's have a look at that. And let's, oops, yeah. I is 0 and sum is 0. Now, we're going to go into this loop and it says repeat until I equals 4. So we'll keep an eye on I and do these steps. So first I is going to get 1. So we'll cross out this value and say I equals 1. And then sum is going to get sum plus I. So sum plus I is 0 plus 1, right? So we'll cross out that value, and the new value of sum is 1. And next step, I is going to get I plus 1. So we'll cross out the current value of I, and we'll replace it with I plus 1, which is 2. And then we're going to go back to the top of the loop, and we're going to ask, does I equal 4? No, I does not equal to 4, so we're going to keep going through this loop at least another time. Alright, so what's going to happen? I gets set to 1 again. Okay, that's interesting. Wonder why that's happening. And then sum is going to get set to sum plus I. Okay, so that's 1 plus 1 is 2. And then I is going to get set to I plus 1. Okay, that's weird. That's the same thing we did with I last time. And now it's 2. And now we're going to go back to the beginning of the loop. And now you should be starting to notice that something is very wrong, because we're going to check at the top of the loop, is I equal to 4 yet? It's not. And then we're going to set I back to 1 again. Alright, so this is a really bad sign. If we just look ahead a little bit, we can see that we'll get to the end of this iteration of the loop, and I will get set to 2 again, and then I will get set back to 1, and then it's going to get set back to 2, and then it's going to get set back to 1, and then it's going to get set back to 2, and this loop is never going to end because I is never going to equal 4. So that's not a good sign, and it should be one of the answer choices. So let's have a look. Yes, if we look at answer D, nothing is displayed. That's right, because we never get out of this loop to this block of code that says display the sum, and we're in an infinite loop. So D is the correct answer. Nothing gets displayed. Good.